Shout out to Jackie Desmarais and Muriel Bowden for subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for regular uploads and your chance to be included in shout outs for future videos. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be making my Double Oat soap bars. They're like one of my most popular bars to make, and since I've been mentioning in the last few videos I've been doing that I've had to actually start using citric acid because of hard water. So that has actually kind of changed the way I have to kind of prepare my milks in advance and the way I freeze them. So as you've seen me before, I'll prepare the the amount of liquid per batch needed. So I usually do 25% water to oil ratio per kilo of oil. And then I add the sugar and the salt, and I kind of, dissolve it in the milk, and then I use that as the ice for the lye water, and then I add the lye and melt it slowly. So that's what I kind of do. But now I'm having to change what and how I do that because of adding citric acid, and does generate a lot of heat and it will scorch the milk. So I have to get a little creative. So what I have been doing, as you see in down here, these are oat milk, but really concentrated, very, very concentrated. So I usually do a 5% oat milk ratio in my Double Oat soap bars. And generally you don't want to go above 10% because it can leave a sliminess to your bars. So what I did was I doubled the amount of oat than I previously do, or previously have when I'm making my oat milks. So what I have been doing is, for example, 250 grams of oats to 500 grams of water, and I blend it in and I let it sit for about 20 minutes to half an hour, and it turns into a really thick slurry. And then I use the nut milk bags and I squeeze it all out. And actually 5% milk in your recipe is equivalent to 1 cube. So 25 grams, and you can see like it's just really concentrated. I don't know if you can see from, and when you actually smell it, it smells really oaty. You can see it just a little bit melted on my hand, and it's really very thick oat consistency. And so I'm going to have to do that from now on, which is great actually. It's actually worked out pretty well. I thought, oh no, it's really thick, when I went to squeeze it all out, but it actually worked out really well. So I'm doing a 6 kilo batch, and that's all that's needed. 150 grams of the cubes, which is great because then I can save so much room in my chest freezer, and I can actually make a lot more. So I'm really, really hoping it turns out. I actually haven't done it before. I thought I will try the really concentrated version. So what I'll do is, because that's frozen, I'll put the coconut oil with this and then melt it on low. And then obviously that will melt with the coconut oil. And I will discount 25 grams per batch. So usually 250 grams. So I'll do 225 grams to compensate for the water that's in here, because I really don't like to go above 25% water to oil. And the reason is faster cure. Even though I still give it 4 weeks, but at the 4 weeks it's hard like a rock, and when the customer gets the bar, it's going to be very, very long lasting. So that's why I could have done 250 grams plus the 275 grams, but I don't want to do that. So I thought I'll just deduct what's in there from the total water. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing today. I thought I'll just go ahead and do that. I've done the same concentration with coconut milk, but with coconut milk I had to do double because I usually do 10%. So I did I think it was 300 grams coconut flakes to 500 grams of water, and I squeezed all that out, and it actually turned out really good. So it was still thick, and I had to really squeeze all the fluid out as much as I could. and it's a concentrated like this. So in future batches where I want to use my coconut milk, that's all I add. So it's just like really, I guess, time saving as well. And yeah, so I haven't done it with the almond milk because I've still got a fair bit of almond milk because I went ham last time I made almond milk. So when that's finished up, I'm just pulling out all my oils. When that's finished up, I will do a concentrated version of the almond milk too. So, and I can do the same thing with the rice milk as well. So that's really, really good. So that's just what I'm going to do from now on. So, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. I hope it works. I mean, there's no reason why it won't work. Fingers crossed. Right, so I'm just going to weigh out 1.8 kilos of coconut oil. And then I'm going to get started in prepping for the double oat. So today's one of my popular bars, the Lavender Rose Geranium. So it's 2% French lavender, 2% French rose geranium, and 1% cedarwood fix. And I'm going to be doing a 3-color swirl. I have to work, well, actually, since adding the citric acid, because it does, sodium citrate does actually slow down trace considerably. So I'll see how it behaves. Generally, because of the rose geranium, it moves on the faster side. So maybe I will have a bit better luck. What I usually do is I just do the white portion, and then I tip it in the mold, and then I do the pink, tip it in, and then I do the purple, and then tip it in. It's a 3-color. And I'm just obviously all clays, no synthetic colorants. Yeah, so we'll see. And then what I usually do is I get my spatula and kind of swish it around in the slab mold to give it a nice texture. But I don't think I'll be able to do it in the pot because, rose geranium does really, really speed things up. Even with the citric acid, I don't think it would slow it down a whole lot. So we'll see. Either way, I'm comfortable with this recipe. I've made the lavender rose just so many times. I can't tell you how many times. So I'm not worried at all about how they're going to turn out. And the oat milk, the only thing I'm sort of thinking on, I hope it works out, is the oat milk can still scorch, but I'm going to wait till my lime water is around 30-degree mark. And same with all the oils as well. And it should be fine when combining the lime water into the melted pot, like the melted oils and stuff. So I don't think it should cause any issues. I mean, because it's basically the milk and oil method. And I used to do the milk and oil method when I bought my milks ready-made, but now that I make my own. So it's essentially the same thing, but without the gums and all the other additives and stuff. I find the gums, and I've probably mentioned this before, but if you've missed, previous videos where I make my milks, the gums in ready-made milks can leave your bars really slimy, and I don't like that at all. And also, it tends to accelerate trace, so I've just stopped buying the ready-made, and I kind of make my own, and problem solved. I haven't had any issues with it. And I find it's just more concentrated. I do up the percentage. Like, for example, bought almond milk usually is 3%, so I do 5%. And with the oat milk, I do 5% as well. The coconut milk, I do 10%. So yeah, like you know what you're putting in it. The quality, you'll feel the quality, and you'll see the really nice lather boosting properties from it. Right, so I'm going to melt this on low. I don't microwave anything. I know I've probably said that before in my videos. I like to use a really gentle heat on my hot plate behind me. I believe that when you microwave, because microwave is radiation and that radiates that is radiating your oils, and you're going to kill all the benefits. So this is, beautiful organic coconut oil that's, hand-pressed oat milk. I'm not wanting to radiate this and affect the overall quality. And I never radiate any of my oils, whether it's shea butter, cocoa butter, soy wax. When I'm making candles or balms, I always use the low gentle heat, and I rather wait longer than actually speed it up by microwave. So that's just, I guess, my mindset on that. Anyway, enough yakking. I'm going to get everything sorted, do the lye water, and actually I'll ask everybody if they want a tutorial on how to use citric acid in their recipes, and I will show how to do it when you're actually making your lye water as well. I'll do a full tutorial for it. And if you wanted me to show you how to incorporate citric acid in your recipes on lye calc, I can do a tutorial. So if everyone wants that, just shoot me comments in the comment section. If I see a few people say yes please, I'll go ahead and do it. I think it's really important because, as I've said, probably over the last few videos I've done, I've been having hard water issues, adding sodium, citric acid, which turns into sodium citrate when it reacts with the lye. It's just such a big difference in the way it cleans, and I'm not getting that oiliness left on my skin after the shower. I feel nice and clean. I feel like it's rinsed off well. I'm not getting any soap scum when I, even with my liquid soaps, now that I'm adding citric acid to the lye water. I am not getting soap scum on my bench tops, like in the kitchen and, on the dishes itself. And it's just really been fantastic. I can't believe I waited so long. But anyway, enough said. So if everyone wants a full tutorial on citric acid, let me know and I'll do a full tutorial for it. Just thought I'll cover it before I get going, before I start making. The lye water is almost at 30, so I'll just wait maybe another 20 to half an hour. And in here, obviously I've combined olive oil, and the oats I actually use to make the oat milk, I actually put them in the freezer as well. So it's like a zero waste thing. And then I just weigh out how much I need, and I put it with the coconut oil when I'm melting. I forgot to actually show that part. I knew I was missing a step, and I thought, it doesn't matter. So anyway, so I melt it down because it's frozen, obviously, and I put it in with the coconut oil and the frozen oat milk, and then I melt it all down all together, and then I put the olive oil after it's all melted, and then I just give it a few whizzes before I add the lye water in. I've already blended it, and I'll do it a couple of more times before I put the lye water in. And it's just to break down the oats so it's more fine and doesn't really scratch, because I don't like scratchy oats. I don't mind if they're gentle exfoliation, but I don't like it to be over the top. So I thought I'd just cover that as well. I don't know if you can see the oats and the oat milk as well. And so I'll give it just one quick blend again, and I will do it again before I add the lye water. Right, and you've probably seen when I did a poll about the width of the bars and how wide I should cut them. And obviously for those bars that I made for charity to donate to the floods, I'm going to do these bars at 5.3 centimeters instead of the 6.4. And so I'm going to get 6 loaves in the slab. I'm really liking the shape and size. Like, I've been actually using an offcut of those bars I made last week, and I actually quite like it. It's really nice in the hand, and when a soap does have less surface area, so when it's less wide, it actually lasts longer in the shower because the surface that you're actually rubbing on your skin is a lot smaller, and it actually goes in having actually more use out of it. So I thought I'll just cover that as well, like the less surface area. You don't want it too small because you want to be able to lather it up. But I think 5.3 centimeters is really nice. It fits in the hand really nice, and it's got the perfect amount of surface area to create a really, really rich lather. So I thought I'd just point that out, and today I will be doing these that size as well, and I'll be decorating the top with organic rose petals, classic rose and lavender bars that I do, or anything floral. I tend to put rose petals on top. So anyway, after this is cooled, I'm actually able to add the sodium lactate, because it is definitely below 50 degrees. So let's just add the sodium lactate. Let's give it a bit of a stir. I'll come back in about half an hour and combine everything and make the soap.